Hi guys, welcome back to the Yoga Shack. I'm your host Rachel. So so today we're going to be doing a gentle practice. If you have a bolster, grab it. If you have like a thick blanket that you could use, you could roll that into a donut. That'll work. And you can also have a meditation cushion, or you can use your bolster to sit on in the beginning. And let's begin. So, just coming down onto your mat into a comfortable seated position, letting your eyes close, finding your full height, making sure you're centered so that you're not leaning forward or back or side to side, feeling weight evenly through both sides of your pelvis, right and left, and from front to back. You're not pitched forward or back, just feeling that nice plumb line all the way up. And now that's ideal, right? Where we have this completely centered seated position. But often when we're coming to our yoga practice, things might not be completely centered. So just imagine that in your mind's eye. If you're feeling a little lopsided today, imagine a plumb line. That goes a really long way, believe it or not. The power of the mind is an amazing thing. So let the eyes close, follow the breath. And let's take a few cleansing breaths in through the nose, blow it out through the mouth, allowing whatever you're coming from to drop away. Allow this time to be for you. Inhaling through the nose, blow it out. One more. On your next inhale, draw the arms up overhead. Exhale through the nose, palms together, down through your center line. Inhaling, drawing up. Exhale. Sink down with the hands. The rest of the torso keeps drawing upwards. One more. And this time, stopping at the solar plexus with the hands, right under the rib cage, letting the right hand swivel on top of the left hand. What's your intention for yourself today for this practice? How do you want to link it to your life? There's no right answer here. Bringing the palms together in front of the heart center. And let's begin with an Om. Om. Now, cupping the hands, so just the fingertips are touching and the heel of the hand. So you have this little dome. And just tap the fingertips a few times, taking an inhale through the nose, blow it out right into the hands like you were trying to dry your fingers off or something. Inhaling through the nose, blow it out. One more. Rubbing the palms together now. Shake the hands out. And now we're going to hover in front of the face about an inch or an inch and a half. So you're just right above the actual face. And just like as if you were massaging that space around your face, around your neck, around your chest. We're just giving a little prana massage. So prana meaning energy. Just letting everything smooth out. You can get your ears as well. A little swirl here. Keep breathing. And you might even feel like a heat from your hands or a certain quality that your hands are radiating. Yeah. All right. And then bringing the hands around to the heart center, sandwiching them one on top of the other. Deep inhale through the nose, blow it out. Do a little shimmy side to side. Inhaling. Blow it out. One more. Blow it out. Good. Good. Give yourself a hug. Oh, I love you. I say it to yourself, I love you. Maybe in a nicer voice than that. I love you. All right. Reverse the arm that's on top. You can hug, a little shimmy side to side. Mm. Release the arms, coming down onto your back, hugging your knees in towards your chest. And give a little rock side to side. Oh, yeah. And you can feel all the little nuances in the back coming alive as your weight transfers down into the floor. And you can also maybe even feel what the core is doing to allow you to rock side to side. Something is engaging, something is releasing in order for this rocking to happen. See if you can begin to detect where the rock originates from. Where is it being initiated from? And again, there's a lot of different answers to that question, depending on who you are. Some people might initiate from their legs, some people might initiate right from the core, might be from the arms, or even sometimes it's the head. See what it is for you. All right, let's come square onto the back. Raising the hands and feet up towards the ceiling. Circle the wrists, circle the ankles. So remember this gentle practice as we go through it. If anything doesn't feel right for you today, feel free to make up your own modification. Reverse the circles again, okay? And feel free to just do something entirely different. Remember, it's your practice, okay? All right, so now bend your knees in towards your chest. Give a big hug. Exhale. Inhale, reach the hands and legs up towards the ceiling. Exhale and bend in. Inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, bending in. Inhale, lengthen out. Now go with a half bend and shake out the feet. Shake out the wrists. Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it. Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it. Good. Now flex the hands, flex the feet, and pat the ceiling, kick the ceiling. Kick it, kick it, kick it, kick it. Just little pats kicking. Good. Make sure you exhale here. Good. Release everything. Go floppy with the wrists again. Go floppy with the ankles. Yeah, yeah. Good. Hug the knees in towards the chest. And then begin to circle the knees around, mirroring each other. So they're going to the outside, and then they're both coming to the inside. And you're breathing. The exhale is when the knees come in towards the chest. The inhale is when the knees open out to the sides and sweep around. And you can feel this gentle rocking motion to the pelvis that we're helping facilitate. So as the knees are rocking away, the pelvis is rocking so the tailbone is more closer to the floor. And then when you bring your knees in towards your chest, the tailbone is tucking under slightly. The low back is rounding in on itself. Okay. All right, let's reverse the directions again here. Using the arms to guide the legs. Let the legs relax. Good. All right, coming back to center. Left foot to the floor, right knee in towards the chest, inhaling. Exhale and reverse. Right foot to the floor, left knee in towards the chest. Right hand is on the right thigh. And you can press that right hand into the right thigh as you hold here so that you're even further anchoring the right foot to the floor. All right, let's reverse again. So the left hand is on the left thigh. You can press into the left thigh and feel the left foot spread out. All right, let's reverse it again. Good. So as this left hand is pulling the left leg in, the right hand is pushing on the right thigh. And reverse it again. And again, pressing into the thigh with the left hand, right hand pressing into your shin, bring the knee a little closer. Ah, that's good. All right, so next, next, I meant to say next time the right knee is in towards the chest, we're going to extend the left leg all the way out onto the floor, flex the left foot, hug the right knee in. Good. And now reversing it. Left knee comes in, right leg goes out, reach through the right heel. Left leg comes in. Oh, that's good. All right, so now reverse it again. Right leg in, left leg out. And now sweeping the right leg side to side. You can use your hands to guide it. Yeah. And then let the hands drop away. Let's let the leg go just tick-tock back and forth on its own a couple times. And then go back to guiding it again. The hands are doing the work, the leg goes passive. So having let the leg go side to side on its own, it starts to teach your mind like what muscles are kicking in to do this movement so that you can relax them when the hands are doing the moving. You can say, oh yeah, okay, relax the inner thigh, relax the outer thigh, the hip flexor. All right, bring the knee in towards the chest. Good. Now keeping the right hand right on the shin here. Left hand comes behind the head. Keep the left elbow open out to the side as you exhale and scoop the head up. So the hand is doing a lot of the work here, bringing the forehead towards the knee. They don't have to make contact. They can be quite far apart. And then placing the head back down on the floor. Release that right leg all the way out. Relax the arms just for a moment here. Good. So in yoga, we have the doing, the moving, the making stuff happen. And then we have the rest. And that rest period is just so important for the body, for your psyche, your nervous system to process what you just did. It brings emphasis to what you just did. Otherwise, it's just a bunch of stuff that gets strung together, which can be good and can be beneficial, but this pause, it just frames it out, right? So just observe right hip, right knee, right ankle, left ankle. And when you're ready, drawing the left knee in towards the chest, hugging it in, and then taking it side to side, finding the rhythm with your breath that allows this movement to feel even more integrated with your whole being. Inhaling in one direction, exhale the other. I always like to inhale when the knee is out to the side because I feel like I have more room in the belly and the chest to allow it to expand. And then as the knee moves across, I feel like that naturally allows the exhale to happen. But see how it is for you. Maybe you would feel more comfortable doing it a different way. All right, let's let the leg travel now on its own. Let the arms drop out to the sides. The leg is still going tick-tock, back and forth. And notice what's required to make this happen. Good, and then go back to the arms guiding the leg, side to side. Yeah. Excellent. All right, just a couple more times. And then hug the knee back in towards your chest. All right, so keeping the left hand right here on the left leg, right hand coming behind you, the right elbow stays open out to the side. As you scoop the head up, looking down the center line of the body. So again, forehead towards shin, but it doesn't have to be there. You can just have the head just slightly off the floor, breathing. And then placing the head back down, giving yourself a little traction. So your hand is pulling the head towards that wall above it. Bring your hands back to the shin, give one more hug. Good. And then release the leg out. You can have both feet on the floor if the low back needs a little support today, or just let both legs go out straight if you feel comfortable with that. And let the eyes close or just be softly focused. Observe right hip, left hip, left hip, right hip. Right knee, left knee, left knee, right knee, right ankle, left ankle, left ankle, right ankle. Allow space for your observation. Good, good. Now bringing both feet back to the floor, about mat width apart, and let the knees begin to drift side to side. So now we're really rocking the pelvis as the knees go side to side. And you can feel how this particular movement is initiated from the knees, right? Or from the legs as they drop side to side. They take the pelvis along for a ride. Good. Bringing it back to center. Arms come alongside the body. Walk the feet in so they're about hip width apart, and then walk them in towards your bottom, about 2 or 3 inches away from your bottom. Let's do a moving bridge here, and just let's begin with the arms. Inhaling the hands up towards the ceiling, all the way up overhead. Exhale down. Remember, only go as high as your shoulders allow you to without any pain or pinching. You don't have to take the arms all the way up overhead. They can be more ceiling extending, right? Listen to your body. Listen to your body's feedback. If your body is giving you signals of pain, that's the body's mechanism of giving you a phone call and saying, listen, you got to listen to me here. You got to notice something is happening here. Don't just go on using it as you have been. And usually when the body is in pain, there's an injury, that area may need just to rest, to recover, to be given space to. Yeah. And sometimes it needs to be worked into, but not ignored, never ignored. All right, let's bring the lower body into it as well now. So on your next inhale, the pelvis can curl under, raising up towards the ceiling, exhaling down to the floor. So we're rolling up on the inhale through the spine from lower to upper. And then as you exhale, upper to lower. Good. Doing one more. Excellent. We're going to continue the movements of the spine, coming around into table, rolling over onto the right side, using the left hand to press into the floor, making your way up into a table. And then flowing into cat and cow, rolling the spine up and down. Inhaling in one direction, exhaling the other way. Coming back to center. Good. And wagging the tail side to side. As the hips come to the right, the head goes to the right. As the hips goes to the left, the head goes to the left. And the whole time you're gazing at the floor. So the back of the neck stays long and you're using those lateral muscles on the neck, the side muscles, to allow the head to move side to side. Come back to center. Let the head drop forward, using the strengthen the arms to give yourself this stable base to allow the neck to elongate along the back. And you can let the head swivel up towards one shoulder and then swivel up towards the other shoulder. And just do that one more time, side to side. Coming back to center, curling the toes under. Lift your knees. Keep your knees bent. Arms are really long here. Pedal the feet, one leg and then the other. Pedal the feet side to side, and then begin to walk the feet in towards the hands and the hands back towards the feet until you come into a forward bend with the knees bent. Back of the neck is as long as it can be. And then begin to bring the hands up right above the knees to help support the back as you roll up to stand, supporting the back, lower, middle, upper, until you're all the way up to stand. Inhale the arms up. Palms touch. Exhale. Open, 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 open. Let's do a couple more like that. Inhaling up. Exhaling. Open, open, open. Inhale. Exhale, open, open, open. Look down at your feet. You want them parallel, now a little bit wider. So we're talking maybe the outside of the shoulders, just a nice wide stance here, hands to the hips, and begin to pivot the hips around into a circle. Nice wide sweeping circle all the way around. Breathe as you go. It's like, the hips have their own little mind here. They're like reaching out into space. They're saying, oh, what's over there? What's over there? What's that back behind me? Take around, big circle. And then reverse it up. Opposite direction, going around. Good. Let the hips feel out their circle, out their big circumference here. And then find your way back to Tadasana, bringing the feet in so they're about one fist width apart, the width of your fist. You could even bring your hand down, measure it out right between the knuckles of the big toe, letting the feet be parallel, like they have their own like cross-country skis, right, going forward here. Bring the palms together right in front of the heart center. Let the thumbs make light contact with the sternum and find your full height here. Find your full height. Build it up from the feet through the knees. Give your knees a little give. Bend them a little bit. Straighten them. But never lock them. Once the legs are locked, there's not, you don't come into action from a locked leg. You ever see like a runner about to start? They're bent. They're coiled. We have a lot of potential energy in this mountain pose. So the knees have this tiny little give to them. Like we could shoot up like Superman, if we wanted to. All right. Getting ahead of myself. Dropping the shoulders down. And let's just roll them back a few times. Roll, roll, roll. Good. 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 Let the shoulders drop down. Let the arms drop alongside the body. And now we're going to swing the arms forward and back and forward and back. Forward and back. Good. Next time the right arm swings back, bring the right fingertips to the shoulder and circle the elbow and flex the left palm forward. We're just circling it around. All right, let's go both ways. Circle the other way. Good, good. Drop both arms down, let them swing a little, and we're going forward, back again. Forward, back, opposite. Yeah, like you were like doing, oh my God, I'm about to reference cross-country skiing again. If you grew up with me, you'd think that was pretty funny because I was on the cross-country ski team in high school. And people would look at me and be like, oh yeah, she's 6 feet tall and she's got these really long legs. She should be really fast. I think I was the slowest person on the team. So here I am. This is what we used to do, the alpine skiing, right? This is before skate skiing was like the thing to do, where you're double poling. This is like when you did like the Nordic track, it's wild. I think I'd be faster now. All right, next time the left arm swings back, let it stay there. Right palm faces forward, left fingertips to the shoulders, circle it around. Circle around, flex the right palm, circle the left elbow. Good, and then go the opposite way. Keep that front palm flexed. Reach through the heel of the hand. Good. Good. One more circle around. Drop both arms down. Let's swing it both up. Inhale. Exhale, draw down, bend the knees. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, swing both arms down. Inhale. Blow it out through the mouth. Inhaling up. Exhale. Inhale up. Exhale, draw down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, draw down. One more time. Inhale, reach up. Good. Now stay up here. Face the palms forward. You can lock the thumbs. Reach up through the fingertips. Good. Really reach, reach, reach. Reach, reach, reach. Good. From this reach, we're going to have a release out to the side. So you're going to inhale here, lengthening. Exhale, soften, release, 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 release. Pause here at the bottom. Observe all the sensations in the shoulders, in the upper back, in the collarbone. Breathe. Excellent. All right. Now widening the feet out a bit so that they're nice distance apart. So they're a little bit wider than the shoulders here, turning them both out about 15 degrees, bringing the hands right up to the hips, the tops of the hips. I mean, like right at the top of the iliac crest here, the hip bones up here, not hips down, not the hip sockets. We're up here at the waist here. So now letting the knees bend right over the ankles. If you find yourself rolling in on your arches and the knees are falling to the inside like that, pivot the feet so that the knees are supported. We don't want to leave them unsupported. We want the knees right over the ankles, and we're just coming down and then coming back up. And again, never lock out the knees. We're going to rise up on the inhale, sink down on the exhale. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, sink. Good. Inhaling, lengthen. Exhale, sink down. Keep the hiney right under you. So don't let it pop out behind you. We want to keep it right under. I can't demonstrate that without losing my balance. It's hard. All right. So we're going to come back up. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, bend the knees and the elbows. So now the elbows are about shoulder height. And then as you come up, come into a 5-pointed star. Reach out. Spread the fingers so everything is being spread apart. Exhale, bend the knees, bend the elbows. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend, hold here. Find one point of focus with the eyes on something that won't move. Now let the fingers come towards each other. Just the thumb stays extended out to the side. Good. All right, we're going to bring the arms a little bit more forward, like out to the side in front of the chest here, and then circle from the elbows, like you're stirring up the air in front of you here. You might even be able to feel like a current, right? As you fluff the air. Keep breathing. Yeah. Fluff it up. Legs are so strong. If you need a break, just lengthen the legs out. Yeah. Stay with it. Good. One more little circle with the arms. And then releasing down, taking the arms down. Bring the feet back into Tadasana. Feet are parallel, about hip width apart here, fist width apart rather. Inhale the arms up. Interlace the fingers, point the index finger up, overlap the thumbs, lengthen the arms even more. Good. And remember, you don't have to have the arms directly overhead. They can be more forward if that's better for your shoulders today. Good. Good. Let the right hand come down to the right hip. Reach over to the right side. Floating back up, both hands back up. Restack the arms, interlacing the fingers, index finger points up. Good. Left hand comes down to the left hip, arc over. Inhaling back up. Both arms back up. Let them touch. Exhale down, 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 down. Good job. Returning back to center, palms together. Good. Excellent. All right. So now I have to flip this. This is driving me nuts. Somehow my mat ended up wrong side up. Yeah, they do. They have a right side and a wrong side. Somehow mine ended up flipped over. Yeah. All right. So anyway, we're going to come into warrior one now. So let's step forward with the right foot. Left foot will step back, angling it out to the side about 10 degrees. Bring your hands right up to the waistline again, up to the top of the hips. And just see how it feels here in this area, even taking the thumbs to the mid back and giving a little massage here from the spine out to the sides of the waist. And you can go from the lower ribs here down to the top of the pelvis. Yeah. So these muscles in here are so responsible for keeping our torso stable. Some big movers in here, right above the waist here. All right. So we're just helping smooth them out here as we come into our warrior one. So now bringing the hands down to the actual like pelvis. Thumbs are on the low back itself, right on the sacral joint. So as we bend this right knee, let the tailbone drop. So when I say drop, I don't want it tucked under, like, like tucked. You want it to stay as neutral as it can. Because this left leg is stepped back, the tailbone will want to flare backwards. And what we want to see happen is that the torso stays neutral up and down. And what's lengthening is the front of the left hip flexor, the front of the hip right in here that has stepped back. So with that in mind, as that is lengthening out, we're going to keep the right hand right here on this like low back hip area, left hand reaching up towards the ceiling. And now imagine from the left fingertips all the way down through the left foot, you've just made an even longer line. The whole left side of the waist has gotten longer, and it's a beautiful thing. And then if you want it even longer, come and arc over towards the right side a little bit. And then release back up, all the way down. Switch the feet out. So now we have right foot back, left foot forward, angling out to the side with this right foot. Left knee bends. And again, we try to keep the torso as neutral as we can with the front of this hip. This whole region here is lengthening to allow that to happen. If it's shortened and it's pulling a lot, it's okay to lean forward slightly in your warrior one. Just don't be leaned forward in the lower back with the pelvis tip forward, and then ask the whole upper back to come upright, because then you've created such a deep back bend here for this gentle class that I feel like it's kind of not where we want to be today. So just allowing the pelvis to drop as much as it can, and you can make up the difference by slightly leaning forward if you need to, okay? All right, and then let's take that right arm way up overhead. Left hand stays on the left hip, and you're reaching straight up. And imagine this right fingertips are tickling the sky. The right foot has grounded even deeper down into the ground. It's like right down. Good. And then if you want to lengthen even more, you can arc over towards the left side a little bit, and then you've created even more space here. And let's take it all back down, releasing down, stepping back in, shaking out the ankles a little bit. Good. Good. So now feet are parallel, hip width apart. We're going to sit down to Utkatasana. The upper body comes forward, pitches forward a few degrees as the hiney comes way behind. And then come right back up to stand. Good. We're going to step back with the right foot, not as far as with warrior one, a little bit closer in, like a normal stepping distance. Sink down into that right heel. So now both feet are squared out on the floor. Bend both knees like you're doing like this little curtsy, but you're leaning more towards the back right foot. So this front leg does not have as much weight in it. We're just leaning in, stretching things out, strengthening. Come back up and then step it back in. Left foot steps back. Both feet come flat to the floor. Bend as if you're sitting down into this back leg. Yeah, staying upright. And then releasing back up. Let's do that again. Stepping back with the right foot plants down. Both feet are on the floor, and you're sinking into this back leg. Both knees bend, though. Both knees bend. Okay, good. And then coming back up and sinking down with, say, the left foot back, plant both feet, and then both knees bend. Yeah, good. Good. So this is like, you think, oh, this doesn't look like a lot, but a lot is happening here. We're really opening up the deep muscles of the calf. And we're also strengthening the legs in a way that don't always get used when we're walking. All right. So let's come back up. Utkatasana again, sitting down, honey a little bit behind, knees are bending. Inhale up. Exhale and sit. Inhale, come up. Exhale and sit. Good. Bring the hands around in front of you. One arm sandwiched on top of the other. Left arm on top of the right arm. And you're about shoulder height. This is like the I dream of Jeannie. All right, so we're going to come back up. And then we're going to let the arms swivel like this a couple times, just like this. One elbow dips and then the other. Good. Reverse it, opposite arm on top, and same thing. One elbow dips and then the other. Good. Drop both arms down. Same breath we were doing before. We're going to inhale as we reach up. Exhale as you draw down, bend the knees, sweep it. Inhale. Exhale. Inhaling. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Good. Exhale, stay forward, coming to a forward bend. Knees are bent, coming into your forward bend. Let the back of the neck release. You can swivel the head side to side. Good. And then coming down onto your mat, just melt right down onto the floor. Find your way down there. Grabbing your bolster or your blanket or your bed pillows or your sofa cushions, something that you can lay on here. We're going to come into a cobra using the bolster. So for this, you want the pelvis right at the bottom edge of your support so that your torso can be supported by the bolster. So as you come forward, and you're being supported here. So you see, like I'm a little tall for my bolster. My head is off the top end. That's fine because we're coming up into cobra. So eventually we'll be lifting the head a little bit. So in traditional cobra, we have our hands under our shoulders. For this version of cobra, take the arms up overhead, about shoulder width apart, and then widen it even more. So about 45 degrees to either side. And then from there, take each leg and lengthen it back. They're about one fist width apart. Same leg patterning as our Tadasana that we were doing standing. And on the inhale, lengthen through the crown of the head and begin to rise up just a couple inches. Walk the hands in a little bit so that the sides of the torso, right under the armpits on the rib cage there, they engage a little bit to help support this. This is a gentle back bend. Just coming up a little bit, gazing at the floor, and then releasing back down. Take a pause, let it relax, the whole spine, the torso. And then lengthening through the crown of the head again, rising up a couple inches, walking the hands in just a little bit to help support this as you come up. There should be no pain here. If there's any pain or pinching, don't come up as high. See if that helps. Or maybe, if you still are experiencing any kind of pain, maybe this just isn't the right pose for today, right? If I was there with you, I could help you troubleshoot it, but I'm not. I'm sorry. I'm here with you. I'm definitely here with you. All right, we're going to come back down. Good. All right, let's come back up. On your inhale, lengthening, walking the hands in. Last time, full expression. And releasing down. Good job. Hands now do come under the shoulders, pressing into the palms, coming up into table, sliding that bolster out to the side, and do a few cat and cows. Really easy, guys. Don't force it either way. Breathing as you go up and down. Oh, that's good. Yes. All right. Coming into a puppy stretch, walking the hands out in front, hips shift a little bit in back of the knees, forehead comes down. Breathing. Perfect. Good. All right. Now coming back up, coming over onto your back, feeling the grace in transition. So, that's the whole of it, right? All right, we're going to hug the knees in towards the armpits and just rock side to side, releasing the spine. But the whole of it is the whole idea of transition. So that's when all the colors get the most vibrant, when we're transitioning from light to dark, from like sun to shadow, our sunsets, our sunrises, just things get really interesting in transition. And so when we're moving in our yoga practice, often like the transitions are like the forgotten area, right? But they are just as important as the asanas, the postures, if not even more so. Because as all things, our yoga practice is a hothouse for our lives, right? Everything we learn here, we can apply to our lives in general. So, when you're when you're in transition in your life, you could always be like, "Oh, I know about transitions." And you can use your practice. Even like the idea of transitioning from one pose to the next, how one thing changes into something else. We help that feed us. All right, bring the feet to the floor, clasping the forearms right up in front of the chest, and let the knees drop to one side and the arms slide to the other. The head follows the arms, and we're going to go side to side, inhaling through center, exhaling, and feeling that nice twist. So this is a dynamic twist rather than a static twist. And it's a really nice thing to do after back bends so that we haven't put our bodies into any kind of strain. It's just more like you're yawning the body in one direction and stretching it. And then just feeling that elastic quality as you go in the other direction. Yeah. Good. Come back to center. Excellent. Draw the right knee in towards the chest, holding on behind the right leg. Extend the leg out, the foot out. Circle the ankle. Going one way and then the other. Reach up through the heel and then release your knee in towards your chest, crossing the right ankle on the left thigh. And you can draw the left leg in towards the chest, or you can keep the left foot right where it is on the floor. You don't have to take it on in if it's not right for you today. Good. And let's release that down. Holding on behind the left leg, extending the leg out and circle the ankle. Going both directions. Good. And then just reaching up through the heel. Bending your knee in towards your chest and then crossing the left ankle on the right thigh. You can stay right here. If you want to take it deeper, bring the right foot off the floor or hug the right leg in. Good. Releasing both feet to the floor. Perfect. Good. Just pause here for a moment. And then if you'd like, coming into an inversion, you can even use your bolster for this. See, it came in handy twice. You can slide, raise the hips up, slide the bolster under the low back, and then extend the legs either straight up over the hips, or you can even just keep the knees bent with the legs folded in like that. You don't have to take them all the way up. Because as soon as the legs are up over the body, you're in an inversion of sorts. Right? You don't have to take it all the way up. Letting the arms relax out at the sides. Feel the breath regulate. Doing any little movements you'd like to here. Any leg patterning, you can cross at the ankles. Some people like to take it out into a wide straddle and do some turnout. Or even turning in. That's nice too. Swiveling the whole leg inward and outward. This is always an interesting thing too. You can see if one leg is longer than the other right now. That's usually from the pelvis being a little crooked. And who isn't just a little bit crooked, right? Nothing is ever, actually, that's not true. There are those moments where you'll hit total perfection and you'll say, oh my gosh, this is the sweetest moment. You will recognize it. It's like hearing like a perfect harmony. And then there are other moments where you say, okay, yeah, one side's longer than the other. And it's our job just to observe it and give space for it, and then try to use what we're observing to bring us to the next golden moment. Right? All right. Let's take this down into Shavasana, releasing, coming onto your back. If you want to do any other stretches along the way, feel free. Since we have the bolster today, feel free to use a bolster behind your knees. Helps support the low back. That just helps the low back release a little further. It's quite nice to have the bolster if you like it. And the arms can relax out at the sides. And once you're comfortable, once you have all your like blankets on and your bolsters and maybe even a covering over your eyes, like a light scarf or an eye pillow. Once you're there, you can let your eyes close and feel your waistline, the back of your waistline, relaxing towards the floor. So that if any tension was in that mid back connector between the low back and the upper back, that begins to soften and let go. Allowing your face to relax. All expression begins to melt away. There's no need for it right now. So allow the eyes to relax, the cheeks, mouth, jaw. Relax the sides of your head, the back of your head. Relax your neck, shoulders, elbows, wrists, both wrists equally, palms of your hands, all your fingers, pinkies, ring fingers, middle fingers, index fingers, thumbs, all of them relaxing. Relax your chest, your lungs, your heart, your upper back. Soften your mid back even more. Relax your low back, your belly, your hips, knees, ankles, feet, both big toes, both second toes, both third toes, both fourth toes, both pinky toes, all of the toes relaxing. Relaxing your whole body. Feeling any blocks within your mind that's keeping you from being your best self, beginning to lift and release. Relaxing your body even further. If you feel yourself drifting, allow it to happen. Your body knows how to relax even further, giving it the permission to let go even more. Relaxing your eyebrows and the forehead even further. Feeling the third eye center gently opening, expanding, revealing intuition to yourself. Sitting in the deep inner knowing of your spirit. Allow your next breath to be a little deeper and beginning to wiggle the tips of your fingers, the tips of your toes, letting the head rock side to side, stretching out in a way that is perfect for you right now. And then when you're ready, draw your knees in towards your chest and roll over onto your right side, pausing there in transition. Good. And then using your left hand, pressing into the floor, come on up to sit, making your way back to your cushion so that you're comfortable. I'll sit on my bolster. And once you're there, letting the eyes close, finding your full height. Good. So for our pranayama, our breathing exercise at the end here, I'd like to do an inhale where we take the arms up out to the sides, up overhead, make a loose fist, and then exhale with a shh as you slowly descend the arms down. Inhaling up. Go at your own pace. Last one. Wherever you are, just at the last exhale. Hands relax back onto the lap. Eyes are closed or softly focused in front of you. Follow your natural breath now. Natural breath. Not manipulating it, not trying to direct it. Framing out this moment just by observing the breath. The breath will tell you what thoughts are present, what emotions are present, and even what is present within the body itself, the sensations. The breath is the link between our physical form and that untouchable part of our spirit, that formless state. of pure inspiration, thought. By observing the breath, we're allowing those two hemispheres of the touchable and untouchable to find common ground, to be in communion. Good. So now, acknowledging your practice that you just did, bringing the palms together, acknowledging all these amazing things your body can do, your mind can do, your spirit can do. And let's end our practice here with an Om. Inhaling. Om. And then bowing to the light and the shadow in everything. Hari Om Tat Sat. And bowing to each other. Namaste. Namaste. Great to see you here today. Great to see you here today. I hope you have a terrific one. And I look forward to seeing you again in person some point in the future. Namaste.